one other thing I was thinking about venison, speaking of limitation, is venison is the wild animal, that we eat.
Right.
We categorize it as a wild animal. I think that Larousse gastronomique, I'm sitting on it, the French dictionary on food, it defines deer as the wild ruminant,
Okay.
And it's strange. It made me think about our categories of wild and domesticated, which obviously they start to break down at certain points. And deer are on Vashon. It's really hard for me to think of them as wild. And a lot of deer, even elk, they're right in there with the humans. Granted, they haven't been subjected to generations of selective breeding, at least not intentional on the part of humans. And tracking lines and all that stuff and intentional inbreeding. But they're definitely getting pressure from humans and selective pressure just by virtue of the fact that we inhabit the same ecology. And so we're changing each other's, as our daughters would say.
It's become a common phrase in the house.
Yeah, arch others.
Arch others.
And so it makes me think of, I definitely believe that to fulfill the nature of a pig, it must be et. Because look at what we've done to it. We've domesticated it for centuries. And it would become an unmanageable mass in the wild, which it has become. And it's very damaging. When domesticated pigs farrow or escape into the wild, they get huge. They become monstros. Because of those domesticated genetics. And quickly the size shrinks back down because of there's selective pressures in the wild ecology that aren't in the barn. And it changes their shape. But I was thinking with venison, there's something amazing about, we've been hunting them for so long. And it's actually, we've been hunting them, being wild ruminants, longer than we've been domesticating ruminants that we eat. I think that's we can establish that.
Okay.
It's when we settled down in the cities and really started doing the agricultural thing, growing grains, that we were domesticating them. Before that, we were following them.
Okay, right. Yeah.
And I don't know, when we broke from being, just absolute hunters to herdsmen, or maybe it's hunters to pastoralists, you follow the green grass, and then you start to fence the animals, and then you become a herdsman or a shepherd. But before all of that, it's just hunt. You hunt them.
There's something very human about that.
There is.
Yeah.
And we're good predators, and we're good at that. And I think that they were really intelligent, and they seem to be, they react to us as predators. They flee. And it's not so much that we are, I don't know, it's a very civilized thing to hunt a wild animal. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I think it might actually be the seedbed of civilization.
Okay. Well, yeah, certainly in the British culture, that's high culture.
It's liturgized.
Right,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Colorful dress, titles, songs, chants.
Oh, the hunt is up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we have that song on our website.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a small thing. It's this context, and I think that the confrontation of a hunter with a wild animal implies so many judgments, and they're rooted, value judgments, moral judgments, and they're rooted in the concrete work, the toil that it takes. And it's it's not just incidental that it is efficient and humane to kill a deer decisively. That's both. It's a ton of work to maim a deer and then to chase it and try to get it again. Because even after you've maimed it, it's probably still your best option amongst, they don't travel in herds, but amongst a group of deer that are not wounded. At least you can follow that one. But it's inefficient, and it just makes me think, if we're so, how far can we root our morality in this practical the practical way we harvest food. We follow this efficiency because to me it smacks of this possibility that morality is efficient. It's not this arbitrary imposition from above, an abstract fiction that we make up and then kind of throw on the indifferent objective universe around us. I think we derived it from it. It arises from our interaction. And I can think of no other more intense, essential, demanding interaction than between a human and the animal he intends to eat, he or she intends to eat.
Wow. Yeah.
And that's a big moment.
Yeah.
Every time it happens,
Yeah. It's weighty.
It's sort of like, what does he say when he landed on the moon? It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It's kind of like that. Like it is just one man and a deer, or one slaughterman and a pig. I think it actually applies to even the domestic slaughter context, unless it's so mediated by technology you don't even notice that a killing is going on.
Okay,
but we're not talking about that. But it's like a microcosm of all humanity, and of where our choices get their force and their value and receive their practical judgment by the laws of nature.